we've grown up together wrestling, and I know you're a very nervous individual when it comes to sports, the competition, the passion. How nervous were you for the return in 23-24? Not only is the Griffins' first home match, but is your first home match as the Griffins head coach?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there were some nerves going. It started yesterday at practice yesterday, and then try not to let the kids know that you're nervous because you don't want it to affect them. We had a nice little warm up this morning about 10 o'clock, and the butterflies started, but it was good. I mean, we had a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of. It's different, obviously, than a high school match, but trying to get that first PSAC win, and actually our first Division II win. All the wins we've had were either Division III or JUCO, and so I think it's important for us. And we to be honest with you, we got pounded pretty good early on in the year, so we stressed some big things over Christmas, and we came out and wrestled okay.
Yeah, 34-9 over Shippensburg. And Shippensburg is still kind of like feeling their way. You don't want to say they're in a rebuilding stage, but on paper they're still trying to figure some things out. What are some of the just positive takeaways outside of just the win in the 34-9 that you are going to go back into the mat room and say, hey guys, these are some of the things I thought we did really well. These are some of the things I think we still need to work on.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, one of the things that kids reminded me of, and I don't know that, they lost to Shippensburg last year by a point, and they were constantly reminding me of that and making sure, and reminding themselves, honestly, that you can't take anyone for granted. You got to wrestle hard, and obviously to come back and to win the match 34, what was it, 34-9?
34-9.
34-9 is a good turnaround, especially without Myers and Brandon Matthews. So these guys are super excited about it. I'm personally, there's some things we have to work on. It's such a work in progress for us right now. Again, we've stressed a lot of stuff. We got beat up at Midwest, and we had some two-a-days, and we did some stuff that, we saw some positives. A kid like, Jake Gardner, first match he's wrestled since, I believe he said December of 21. So to see him come out and wrestle and compete hard was good at 41, and Hyrax, we're working him back in the lineup at 57. Quite frankly, we had some guys that are out of the lineup because their effort in the practice room wasn't great. So hopefully it's a kick in the butt to them, and they proceed to do better things in the practice room. So, you saw some guys out there that maybe weren't as talented per se, but, put forth the effort in the practice room, and that's what we're trying to build here.
Coach, the Christmas season, the lull of not having classes, no students, their friends aren't here. It's literally eat, breathe, sleep, wrestling.
For sure.
You mentioned some two-a-days.
Yep.
That can play a lot on your mental.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? I know that it's a very crucial time of season to start to fix those early mistakes that you recognize in the first part of the season and gear up, ramp up to peak for that second part. But maybe outside of the mat room, any kind of activities, chemistry building activities that you and the staff or maybe the kids that you're encouraging them to do to try to break that lull?
Yeah, I think normally that would be something that we would do had I been here for a while. That would be kind of, but I mean, we've been grinding out the wrestling room a lot. It's been nonstop. They've seen is mats in the wrestling room and talking
paid
about.
off tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it did. And it's still not the greatest product. We didn't put the great, a really good product out there, but we're getting better. And that's all you can ask for at this point. They're still getting used to me. I'm still getting used to them. I'm still getting used to everything going on around here. But to I guess to your question is, there hasn't been much. We've done some breakfast, some dinners, and some things like that. But outside of that, we've been working on some re-attacks, some go-behinds, and just grinding out some good drills.
Well, we saw a lot of that here tonight, so it's paying off, Coach. Go ahead, George.
So I noticed that there was a switch. When Shippensburg came out, they sat over here, and I didn't realize that Seton Hill was no longer sitting on this side of the gym. So I'm thinking to myself, that is really disrespectful that they're sitting on Seton Hill's side of the gym.
Yeah.
But then I realized that you guys have now came out of there. What brought about that change?
Yeah, I think it's just change in general that we wanted to make. Just something as small as that, and being able. So we put 2 warm-up mats back here.
That. Yeah.
So the ability for those guys. Did you? So,
Yeah.
He
did you
did.
get a hot dog?
The hot dog, I saved the hot dog.
Good, yeah. No, the big thing with that is if we did our warm-up at 6:10. The 97-pounder's not getting on the mats at 8 o'clock, so they need a place to warm up, and you can't really do it on the hardwood. So we want to put 2 mats back there, so they're back there getting their sweat going, and they kind of like the entrance songs and stuff like that. So, I think that's part of it. It's just a little bit of change and scenery for these guys, and I think it paid off. I think those guys like it. It's just something different, and we want to make sure that that things are different, but they're going in a positive direction.
For sure. Well, I think you did a really great thing for the community, inviting Hempfield and Derry to come up and have the first duel, which is not only, it's a captive audience. First you bring them to Seton Hill. Maybe they've never been to this beautiful campus, and maybe they're looking to wrestle at Division II level, and you're looking at them. So having them up here to kind of kick off the evening was a big community builder. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it was just something that I know. I asked Coach Tucker when he was here, and we wrestled here a couple times. We asked for that, and I thought that was something positive for us as a high school coach and high school guys coming up, and I thought it would be a positive for, at the time, for Seton Hill to be able to come in and see those guys. And like you said, the facilities here are great. The campus is really nice, and although you said there's no kids on campus right now, I think everything that we're doing up here is positive. I really like it up here, and I think everything's beautiful to get those guys on campus and to be able for them to see a college match. And I appreciate Hempfield for sticking around, and they stayed till 197. So hopefully we grab some of those guys because of it.
For sure.
Perfect.
I have one more. Millersville coming up on Saturday, so a little bit of time to maybe, actually, there is no time. It's go time on Saturday, it's to the film room, and then workouts Thursday, Friday. I mean, what's the message to the team after this one?
The big thing is just building on this momentum, I think, a little bit, but you got to realize that it's going to be a tougher test. Millersville's tough, man, and they got some really, really good guys, and we got to try to get Cal Burkholder back, who was sick, and Burgess did a good job of bumping up to 33, even though he weighed in at 25. If we can get him back against one of their really, really good guys, but getting back to the film, we got to finish some single legs. We're getting to the leg, but we're not finishing real well, and we got to make sure we stress that the next couple days and make sure their weight's good. And then, like you said, grind it out. Then we have a couple weeks we can relax a little bit.
For sure. Coach DeAugustine, congratulations.
I appreciate you guys always, man. Thank you very
give
much.
our best to the
Coach.
team. Coach Vince DeAugustine joins us in the Matt Factory broadcast booth for our Smell Kia post-match show.